It wasn't too long ago that the SEC launched attacks on Binance and Coinbase. What did we witness after that? BlackRock, Fidelity, Deutsche Bank, Citadel, Charles Schwab, Fidelity Digital Assets, and Invesco, as well as Wisdom Tree, all in the span of the past 36 hours, seeking to launch Bitcoin ETFs and trusts. This is without doubt really huge news, and we've seen Bitcoin's price come up as a result of that. When we look at Bitcoin's price chart without the CTKS method, it's really hard to know where smart money is buying and selling. But if we pop the CTKS method indicator on, it becomes quite clear. What we saw with Bitcoin's price momentum, it came up to this 27,939 area and encountered a lot of resistance. I was online when all of this was happening. Bitcoin was literally shooting up the wall, and many people thought, oh, it's going to 40,000, no question about it. We know a little bit better than that. Price is always moving in a wave because of smart money buy and sell levels. As one beloved community member said, Stanfield levels or SLs are like Gandalf crying out, "You shall not pass." One thing that we see with price action, the SLs are always obeyed. They're like a gravitational force. They're very, very powerful. When price was coming up, I put this particular tweet out on Twitter to show that overhead resistance. The thing that really sparked interest in the crypto market was the EDX platform. The EDX platform will trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. EDX platform is getting funding from Charles Schwab, Citadel Securities, Fidelity Digital Assets, Paradigm, Sequoia Capital, and many, many more. The CEO of EDX said, "We are committed to bringing the best of traditional finance to the cryptocurrency markets with an infrastructure built by market experts to embed key institutional best practices." These platforms arranging venture capital funding and seed funding takes so much time. EDX is just one of the participants that's creating a lot of hype in the crypto space. It's a very opportune time to talk about the CTKS method. The CTKS method draws up support and resistance lines from the inception of price history. It does so using CTKS Method Standards Certification. It does not rely on recent indicative price or RIP, and it's called RIP for a good reason. It will RIP your money. Instead, we look to objective dynamic market structure or ODMS to get these very, very powerful SLs out inside market action. We need to know where price will reverse, likely to consolidate, where it can rebound away from, and if it gets above it, where it's going to next. This literally gives you X-ray vision into financial markets. When price was just exploding up like this, members of the CTKS method service knew that there was overhead resistance, and they had the indicator to show that there was a confluence of those overhead "thou shall not pass" levels. But once it got above that, where is it heading to next? Correct, the next SL. If it gets above that, where is it heading to next? The next one above. And we can see there's a ton of institutional interest inside the market at the moment. The CEO of Crypto Quant put out a fascinating chart showing the Bitcoin squeeze relationship. And what we can see here at the moment, the upward momentum in Bitcoin's price isn't being driven by a short squeeze. This is a short squeeze. This is not a short squeeze. This is being driven up by buying action. I also put this tweet out into Twitter. When that news came out, EDX is putting out Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. And look at Bitcoin Cash. It's just exploding. The key to understand what's going on here right now is that the SEC took Binance and Coinbase and did enforcement actions on them. I analyzed BlackRock's particular SEC application form. The way that BlackRock has structured their Bitcoin trust that will buy shares, well, it buys Bitcoin, but it will hand out shares to everybody else. Those shares don't entitle people to actually own Bitcoin. They just own something that represents a portion of the value of the fund. I went through the BlackRock Bitcoin Trust in episode 925. It has a more than 90% probability of getting approved. That's because BlackRock is very clever in how it structured the deal. Of course, other major institutional players didn't want to miss out, and what we can see, a raft of them are flooding the market. In short, this has been on the planning board for some time. The timing is quite surprising. With the SEC's enforcement action, many people were driven out of the crypto market saying, oh no, it's not safe. And lovingly, the institution stepped in and now they're saying everything is fine now. The logic and reasoning behind putting these four charts together is to inform people it's not just Bitcoin. There's another three that are on the radar of the big boys. And you can see Bitcoin Cash is already throwing quite a party. I'm going to be getting into more real-time news, so if you want to subscribe to me on Twitter, it's at StanfieldCan, Stan, STANDFIELD, 2 Ds and Stanfield, Ken on Twitter. I also did a bit of a poll and said, oh, how are you feeling about crypto? About 69% of people said, yeah, I'm feeling pretty bullish, but 31% said, yeah, not so much. I expect the prices to go down. I would suggest we're going to get a lot of positive momentum in prices, but just remember, we understand that price moves in waves because that's rule 4, and a very powerful rule it is. Having worked in the banking sector for many, many years, and having done a banking and finance degree, I can tell you the banks all hang out with each other. It's a very close-knit team, and that includes globally. In Australia, the PayID payment system to Binance Australia was cut off. Now that is extending to other crypto services, just as the institutions lovingly come in and save crypto. The concept is you're really early. You're here and you're on the right side of the trade. Another rule that we know, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. As Bitcoin comes up, what do the alts do? They also come up. But at the moment, we're seeing a flight into Bitcoin from the alts. But just be aware of what happened to Bitcoin Cash. That was not by accident. And when looking at the top alts, we can see Bitcoin is up about 7% compared to Ethereum, nearly 5% up. Binance Coin, about a 3.6% up. What about XRP? Really lagging at the moment, only 1.5% up. ADA and Bitcoin, pretty much neck and neck. They're nearly up the same amount. Well done, Charles. And what about Doge? Up 3%. Versus Bitcoin 7%. Solana is up about 5% versus Bitcoin 7%, and Tron nearly 4% up. Taking out the greatest gainer list is Bitcoin Cash, and you know why that's the case. Followed by Conflux, Stacks, Flow, Optimism, Peppy, Injective, Woo, and Bitcoin SV. The greatest losers. There aren't many losers today, except for poor old gold. Gold has got whacked by the DXY. And we do notice a lot of stable coins. It's in fact gold and stable coins. This means the crypto market is really heating up. At a time like this, it makes it more important than ever to know your SLs, to know your Stanfield levels, and the only way to do that is through the CTKS method. You can also get the Bitcoin indicator to pop on your Bitcoin charts inside the CTKS method service. One thing that's very important when we clear this 28,953 level, That could be looking very, very good. There's minor resistance above that at 29, say 250. It's probably easier to remember. But if we don't make it above, we're going below. But we have a certain degree of safety nets that exist inside market structure. The easiest way to understand these SLs or Stanfield levels, when they're above price, it's Gandalf crying out, "You shall not pass." And what about when they're below? Well, we got our little raccoon here, and what does he say? Oh, such a sweet raccoon. He says, "I will catch you. I'll catch you if you fall." Ah, it's like a Cyndi Lauper song. If you can remember that, let me know in the comments. Oh no, I'm showing my age. But the concept is, if we don't pass, we're going down to get caught. If we get caught, the raccoon will throw the price up to Gandalf again. I think the community is going to have a lot of fun with this one. If you would like to get the 25 plus indicators that come just stock standard with the CTKS Method service, pop across to ctksmethod.org. You are entitled to a foundation membership, but they will not last. I'll also leave the link out in the comments and also in the description of this video, the link to apply to get the indicators. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.